Okay. This should work. Alright, everyone. I want to just double check to make sure this is working. If there is indeed a problem and this is not live, I'm going to actually go over to my YouTube channel to ensure this is live because, to be honest, I literally did like 15 minutes of an entire stream before I even realized it wasn't even live. Okay, it shows that I'm live on YouTube. It seems good. I'm going to continue on with my stream. Alright, I'm going to pull everything back up. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watch Team is here with your latest update on Invest 91L. This is the latest update. Currently it has winds of 25 knots, which is 30 miles an hour. The air pressure, 1,006 millibars. Now the lower that number is, the stronger the storm. So for example, Hurricane Wilma in 2005 had an air pressure of 880 millibars. Hurricane Maria in 2017, which devastated Puerto Rico, had an air pressure of 908 millibars. And so those are some of the most powerful hurricanes and most famous hurricanes, and they have extremely low air pressures. And this system has a 1,006 millibars. As you can see, it is fairly disorganized. We do have a decent amount of convection, as you can see in this area. Decent amount of convection. It does seem the convection, the center of circulation does seem farther to the northeast, but the National Hurricane Center, which I'm going to go to right here, clearly shows that it is like right on the coast of Mexico, still on the coastline. So I'm not sure exactly what is going on. You know, I think the center seems a lot farther to the east, but I'm going to go with what the National Hurricane Center says. So this is the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. They're saying that it is near the Yucatan Peninsula and southeastern Gulf of Mexico. There's a broad area of low pressure located near the east coast of the Yucatan Peninsula, and it is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms over the northwestern Caribbean Sea and Yucatan Peninsula. Despite strong upper-level winds, gradual development is forecast, and this system is likely to become a tropical depression while it moves slowly northwestward or northeastward over the northwestern Caribbean Sea and the southeastern Gulf of Mexico during the next day or two. Regardless of development, locally heavy rainfall is likely across portions of the Yucatan Peninsula during the next day or so, spreading across western Cuba, South Florida, and the Florida Keys. On Friday and Saturday, interest in the Yucatan Peninsula, western Cuba, and Florida Keys, and the Florida Peninsula should monitor the progress of the system. So it has a high chance of development in the next 48 hours, has a 70% chance of development in the next 2 days, and a 80% chance of development in the next 5 days. So with what we got, we're also going to be looking at sea surface temperatures, because the sea surface temperatures are very, very warm. As you can see in this area, we do have about 26, 27, 80, 81, 81 and a half, maybe as high as 82 degrees in this area right off the coast of Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula. I think that the temperatures here are certainly warm enough to support tropical development of a tropical system. Hello everyone. Cat 1, I think it always becomes more than forecasted. No, I don't think it's going to become a Category 1. Now, a moderate to a strong tropical storm is possible. There is going to be some wind shear kind of dealing with it and kind of preventing it from becoming something more intense. There's going to be shear with this. Now, the biggest threats with this system is going to be heavy rain and flooding. There's always going to be the chance that it could become a hurricane. I'm not saying that it's set in stone. No, it's impossible for it to become a hurricane. There's always a possibility. Now, Hurricane Elsa became a hurricane right off the coast of Florida. And then it weakened to a tropical storm and made landfall, I think 60 to 70 miles an hour. I don't remember the exact intensity. And there's always that possibility with Elsa, there was a lot of shear. So I'm not saying it's impossible, there's certainly a possibility. And the biggest threats we need to watch out for is going to be heavy rain. The reason this is going to be moving in this general direction and not just north is because of high pressure is sitting above it. The Madden-Julian oscillation will be in favor of the Gulf coming up. Yes, and that is why I think that now that we're getting storms in the Gulf and in the Caribbean and just in the North Atlantic hurricane basin, I think that we're going to see more storms here in the future because the Madden-Julian oscillation is favoring these systems and is allowing these systems to kind of almost blossom in a way. So I do want to look at, I'm going to come here and open up WSB3. Hopefully it doesn't crash a million times like it did the other day. That was very frustrating. So as you can kind of see, it kind of is moving northward along the coast. So this must be where the center of circulation is at. They're actually saying right now it's about 30 miles an hour, 1,007 millibars. It's only moving at 6 miles an hour. It's moving north. So it is moving slowly. I do want to bring up this satellite imagery and get a look at this. There we go. It's not being very... I'm going to put this in motion and put this in like this. So you can see in this area we do have some deep thunderstorm activity concentrated right here. I think this is the upper level circulation right here. Right in this area is the upper level circulation, and this is the low level circulation. The upper level and the low level are so far apart, I think. Kind of see where this is the low level circulation, this is the upper level circulation. They're so far apart, they need to align. So there's not going to be a lot of intense activity going on and a lot of increasing winds until those get aligned, because you need a storm to be stacked. If they're not stacked, the pressure's not going to be able to drop, the winds aren't going to be able to pick up, and overall the storm's really not going to see a lot of organization. There's not going to be a whole lot of organization. And I think we're certainly going to have to see in the future, okay, is this going to organize? And I think it is certainly going to organize as the two centers of circulation line up. Now something I do want to point out is this cold front, okay, it's popping up already. This cold front is going to move through. We got all these thunderstorms up here. Very, very intense thunderstorms, it looks like, moving through Oklahoma and Kansas. Do seem to be weakening. I am seeing less lightning now and less intense production. Anyway, this cold front is going to push through, and as this makes its way north, this is going to move through. It's going to be veered off to the northeast because it's coming up over a ridge of low pressure. A cold front, elongated area of low pressure over, it's an area of low pressure over distance, and that is going to allow the storm to just move off to the northeast. There's high pressure in this area over the south central United States, north central Gulf of Mexico, and it's not really going to allow this system to just move north. So the northern Gulf of Mexico, like Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, and the Panhandle of Florida, will be fine and will dodge an impact, thankfully. Now with Mexico is on the dry side. They're on the west side, so they're not going to really see a lot of heavy rain from this. The east side, unfortunately, will. So this is going to include areas like western Cuba, most of Cuba, and soon will be actually the Keys. We'll soon see some heavy rain from this. And we'll look at radar and we'll closely watch the development of the system. Do we see a tighter circulation as this approaches? What do we get from this? And we'll closely be monitoring the development of the system as it progresses. Now, right now, the main things that we're going to be closely monitoring and watching is going to be the heavy rain and storm surge. I don't think it's going to be a threat, but what will be a threat is rip currents. There's going to be strong rip currents. There's already rip currents in this entire area. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a rip current, strong rip currents in Key West and southern Florida already, as this is already developing and going through convection and lots of thunderstorm activity. Definitely rip currents for Mexico and Florida, or Cuba, I mean. This is going to move northeast and make its way into Central Florida. So Central Florida, y'all will need to closely watch and monitor this development of the system. Flooding is going to be a problem. And Naples, Tampa, Florida, Key West, y'all already going to start getting, you can kind of see this part of the outflow of the system trying to develop. If that's going to move north, and I think they could see some more stronger thunderstorms moving into their area in the next coming days as the system, again, continues to move in that area. Let's see what else we got here. Well, does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns? Alright. I'm going to take a look at the... These are the forecast models of Invest 91L. As you can clearly see, now this black line right here with the triangles, that's just the direction it's moving. It's not an actual model, I don't think. No, it's not an actual model. Yeah, this is the direction. This is just the direction it's moving in, I believe. Anyway, does Florida have the highest risk of the season? I haven't done a lot of seasonal predictions this year, mainly just focusing on development of systems and stuff. I do think that Florida has a decent amount, it's Florida. They're going to have a chance of anything. I think the Gulf states, I see a good chance. Now, Galveston has absolutely dodged the direct hurricane every single year since 2008. The last major hurricane Galveston has gotten, last major hurricane they gotten in southern Texas and southeast Texas was, I believe, Hurricane Alicia in 1983. Hurricane Rita, I think, made landfall in extreme southwest Louisiana right through here. And I think, Galveston is going to has dodged bullet after bullet after bullet, and unfortunately Galveston is due for another major impact. Unfortunately. So is Florida. Miami, the last hurricane that actually made landfall in Miami, Florida was Katrina was the last hurricane that made landfall in Miami, Florida. And the last major hurricane that made landfall in Florida, I believe, was Hurricane Andrew in 1992. So, Florida, the last major hurricane that made landfall in Florida alone was Hurricane Irma in 2017. Made landfall there in Naples. Came up right up through here. We are also watching this system out here. I do want to go over the models and just kind of look at what are we looking at in terms of the development and the structure at the 850 millibar. That's how I meant. Vorticity. Okay, we're going to turn you off. So you can already see some kind of vorticity, some kind of spin in the atmosphere. This is the low level circulation. This is the 850 millibar vorticity area right down here. You can clearly see there is spin in the atmosphere. I do want to go in the next 5 days. That's all I want to do, because anything past 5 days is really anything can happen. So this is just in the next 5 days. So I do want y'all to notice that there is, the darker the color is, the darker that color is, the more intense the storm will be, the more vorticity, the more spin. This basically just shows you the structure of the system. Does it look good? The rounder the structure looks, the healthier the system is. So as you can see, it does make its way up along this area. can't see rain bands. It looks like it's trying to focus on some kind of rain bands. And those outer rain bands can in fact still produce tornadoes even in a tropical disturbance. You can see this is making its way up through here. So it looks like southern Florida, really Naples area is where right now the latest model run. This is the 12Z model run. You can see just south of Naples is where the core, it looks like, the system makes landfall according to the GFS. A generally very elongated system. Doesn't look very well, and you can see it just moves right over the state very, very quickly. Not a fast moving system at all. Or not a slow moving system, I should say. Very, very quick moving. What about the GFS via tropical tempest? The Western Atlantic. There we are. And see, this does intensify quite quickly and rapidly. They're now showing, the GFS was showing almost nothing at all, and now it's certainly showing something more interesting. If we look at the southeast United States, you can see it showing 998 millibars. 999 goes right over the southern tip of Florida. You can really see that heavy rain in western Cuba down here. As it makes its way into Florida, you can't see much heavier rain. And the eastern side is going to be much heavier, so I do think this is not only going to be sheared, it's going to be a very, very heavily sheared system just by the modeling, just by what the model suggests. I'm going to look at North Atlantic, see what we got. You have this other system. Now this is over 380 plus hours out. Way too far out to say, oh, this is going to be another tropical storm in the Southwest Caribbean Sea. We got to watch for it. No, it's way too far out. But if we start to see consistency, and this shows it being consistent after every run, then we need to watch out for the development of this next potential system. And again, look, another system, possibly that's hundreds and hundreds of hours. That's over 200 hours out. And shows something developing. And this shows a landfall in the next 3 days. So this system is going to pick up pace, and it's going to be a quick mover. So it makes landfall in 72 hours, and boom, it's out in 84 hours. So it's there for, what, 10, 15, 17 hours tops. It's not even there. It's not even over the state for a whole day. The moment that makes landfall, you know, it's not going to last long. It won't last not even a day. Tops 20 hours tops. I think that's the most that it will be over the state of Florida. That's 20 hours. Does anyone else have any comments, questions, or concerns? Alright, I think I'm going to probably wrap the stream up where we are now. I'm going to try to keep my streams a little short. I like to do simple, quick, tropical weather updates. And when there is a hurricane making landfall, we will do it. So they're actually showing, I'm just want to check in to see when time they're seeing this thing make landfall. Saturday. So they're saying this is going to make landfall in 3 or so days. And then by Sunday it'll be out. Alright, that is going to be it. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends and family or anyone else who you think would enjoy this. If you have any questions, you can join the Discord server. It is down in the description. And with all that being said, that's going to be it for today. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow morning. And peace out.